clerk at a convenience store who's also a veteran was robbed at gunpoint and pistol whip, but thankfully he was able to spend Christmas with his family. The robber, not so much. It's the day after Christmas and I was just about to go to bed when a friend of mine who is a police officer sent me this video and thought it'd be a good video to do a breakdown. So instead of going to bed, I made a cup of coffee and here we are. This video comes out of Bay Point, California, and it's security footage from Com's Market. All right, so the clerk, he's obviously focusing on counting money and not really paying attention to what's going on in the store. There is another employee in the store, which I assume is who you see over here in the back by the drinks. We got some Christmas music playing. This happened on December 22nd, which is this past Sunday. You'll notice he's got a couple things on his hip. Looks like possibly a flashlight on the left and his cell phone on the right. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his pistol on him. So this is where the two suspects come in. One's got a hoodie on, the other one has what looks like a motorcycle helmet on. Now, you can't tell on the security footage, but the other guy goes to the back and holds the other employee at gunpoint while this guy with the motorcycle helmet hops over the counter, and that's when he looks up and realizes something's about to go down. So he rushes him at gunpoint, pistol whips him.
Oh, God damn it!
Throws him down, starts going after the money. Keep your eye on this drawer right here, because that's where the clerk's pistol is. So when I first saw this video, I was wondering what the clerk kept going up for. Obviously, he's trying to get to that gun. He waits for his chance, opens the drawer, grabs his gun.
You got a gun, bro?
Yells to his other guy that he's got a gun. Now that first shot, that's the suspect's pistol going off as he pistol whips him. But at this point, the clerk does have his pistol as well. As the suspect runs off, the clerk gets a shot off and he does hit the suspect. Now you'll notice it doesn't seem like he's hit. You'll see the other suspect runs off. Now this suspect is hit. He stops, points the gun at him, decides to take off, but he winds up collapsing not too far outside and is dead. You can see the clerk puts the gun down on the counter here. This is the other employee coming to check on him, asking what did they take, making sure he's okay. He grabs the gun.
You okay?
Looks like he puts it in his waistband and heads out the door to go chase the robbers. And that's where this one's gonna end. There's a few things I wrote down while I was watching this. Obviously, we always talk about situational awareness. I know this guy's behind a counter counting his money, but he needs to be aware of what's going on. Store clerks have a dangerous job. A good friend of mine owns stores like this as long as I've known him. He's been robbed a few times, but luckily nothing like this has happened. He's never had to fire any shots. Pretty sure he's had to pull his own gun a few times, but he's never had to shoot anybody and he was never shot at. Clerks have a dangerous job. So they need to be aware of that. If one guy's counting money, maybe that other employee should be over here kind of keeping an eye on things, watching his back. Point two is something we've talked about before as well is, it's great that he had a gun, but he had all this other stuff on his hip. Maybe he needs to think about carrying the gun on him instead of having it in a drawer. He got lucky this time, but he easily could have gotten shot by the suspect. But it seems like he was more interested in just pistol whipping him instead of actually using his gun. Another thing is drawing down on somebody that's got a gun pointed at you. He did wait his turn, and as soon as that robber kind of ducks down, as you can see, he reaches for the drawer, grabs his gun, but man, that was really close. I don't know how much money that was, but you gotta think, are you willing to risk your life over, a few $100s that's in the cash register? Again, turned out good for the clerk this time, not so much for the bad guy. And then he does put the gun down pretty quick. I know he's hurt. He got pistol whipped a few times, but I probably wouldn't have been so quick to put my pistol down. I know they ran out and they were probably taking off running. Well, one was collapsed dead, but he didn't know that at the time. And then the other employee grabs the gun and runs out the store. I'm not sure I would have went and followed him. He wasn't even sure what they took or how much money they had. So would it be worth it to run out the store and get into a shootout with the suspect? It's all things you need to think about. I know we're not all store clerks, but there are some things we can take away from this video for sure. Situational awareness, keep your gun on you. I I know a lot of us carry guns in backpacks or EDC backpacks. I carry in a backpack sometimes as well, but if you're gonna carry a gun in your backpack, you need to make sure you're training with it so you can actually get to that gun when you need to. And I think that's gonna wrap this one up. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, and while you're down there, hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Keep an eye out for more content like this in 2020, and I'll see you in the next one.